All right. Hello there. My name is Brianne Cerny, and I am thrilled to be presenting today on the behalf of Grace Green Beauty. Today we are going to be talking about essential oils in pregnancy with babies and with little ones. So first I'll start with a little bit about me. I am a spa professional. I have been in the spa industry for 15 years now, and I've worked in many different aspects of that. So I have worked as a spa professional directly with clients. So I've worked as an esthetician and a nail technician. I have worked as an educator at a cosmetology school, developing future leaders in the world of beauty and wellness. And for the last 5 years, I've actually worked as a spa manager. So most of my career has been based on products that are not as much high tech, but high touch, and also products that are derived from pure plant flower essences. So as a spa professional, I guess I was very familiar with how oils were used cosmetically as well as aromatically, but it wasn't until I had my third baby that I started thinking about using oils medicinally or alternatively, I guess, as another option. So a little bit more, I have 3 children. So I have a son who is 11, I have a daughter who is 3.5, and then I also have an 18-month-old daughter. So it was after the 18-month-old was born is when I really started, I guess, researching and growing my passion for essential oils. Um, so again, today we are going to be talking about essential oils, and you are going to get to see me the whole time. So I haven't quite figured out the split screen yet, but I plan to figure that out for future classes. So for those of you who are new to essential oils, there are a couple of different ways that you can use essential oils. So those would be aromatically, topically, and internally. Aromatically and topically is primarily what we'll be focusing on during the course of this presentation. So aromatically could be diffusing the oils. It could be directly inhaling them from the bottle. So that's as simple as, opening the bottle. Looks like this one hasn't been opened before. And just inhaling that directly from the bottle, or using them as a perfume. For topically, this means that you are applying them to the skin. So this could be either neat, which would mean straight out of the bottle, not diluted, or diluted with a carrier oil. So you could use a carrier oil. We recommend specifically fractionated coconut oil. So we go through a lot of this at my house. And the third way is internally. So this would mean dropping it directly under the tongue. You could add it to a beverage. So all of the citrus oils are really great to add to water and enjoy. Or you can actually put them in a veggie capsule and swallow them just like a pill. You can also use essential oils in your food preparation and cooking. So we've got some great recipes that I've tasted. Most recently, peppermint brownies that Julie Hall made that were delicious. Okay, as we get into this, a lot of people have questions, first of all, about what oils are safe in pregnancy and what oils are safe with children. So I think it's just important to keep in mind that oils are typically classified as being either mild, sensitive, or hot oils. So a mild oil like lavender or melaleuca, you really don't need to dilute much at all. So that can be used at a 1-to-1 ratio. Sensitive oils will be used at a 1-to-2 ratio. So some examples of this would be bergamot, peppermint, cedarwood, eucalyptus, geranium, ginger, lime, peppermint, wintergreen, and lemongrass. So these are active oils. So with these, you would dilute them at a 1-to-2 ratio, which means 1 drop of essential oil for every 2 drops of the FCO, or fractionated coconut oil. And finally, we have our hot oils. So cassia, cinnamon bark, clove, oregano, thyme. These oils are going to be very active, especially when applied topically. So you want to dilute those at a 1-to-3 ratio. So again, that means 1 drop of essential oil and 3 drops of your carrier oil. Okay. Again, it's also important that when you're using the essential oils, I guess I'll preface this with any recommendations that I make during the course of this presentation are strictly based on the oils that I know and use. So I haven't really done a lot of research on other brands, other lines. I can't tell you that other oils are not adulterated oils. So it's really important that you're using certified pure therapeutic grade oils. So for the oils I use, you'll actually on most of them see supplement facts. So if they are able to be used internally, there will always be supplement facts on there. And then they'll also say CPTG, which means they're certified pure therapeutic grade. They are basically the cleanest oils, and they are sourced from where that plant grows naturally. So you're going to get the most potent effects from those oils. All right. Also, it's important that you're listening to your body, using your intuition, and really using common sense. If a certain oil isn't doing what you're expecting it to do, maybe it's not the right oil for you. Every body is different, and everybody's going to react differently to different oils. So definitely, experiment, but kind of use your intuition, and if you're led to something, try it. If you have any questions or concerns, you should always ask your doctor or your healthcare provider. So starting with pregnancy. So again, there's a lot of questions about what oils are safe, what are the recommendations when you are pregnant, because obviously when you are creating a life, safety is twice as important, or maybe 3 times if you're having twins. But there are not really, I was really surprised to find as I did my research, there aren't really any hard and fast rules on oils that you should completely avoid. Pretty much everything can be saved when it's used properly. One that did come up quite frequently to potentially avoid would be clary sage, and that is due to the fact that it can stimulate uterine contractions. So that's one that I would definitely steer away from. And you could also potentially consider not using them during the first trimester. That's when everything with pregnancy is really fragile. So it could be, again, you're steering away from home use in the first trimester, and then once you move into those later stages of pregnancy, you can enjoy the benefits of essential oils. Okay. So the first thing, I guess I want to focus more on the common ailments of pregnancy, and the first thing that came to mind for me was nausea and vomiting. So I had terrible HG or hyperemesis with all of my pregnancies, really. So with my son, I was sick the whole time. With my girls, it was half the pregnancy, but I really didn't feel like I had a lot of options for relief. So I was really fascinated to read that there could have been 3 easy things to keep in my medicine cabinet that would have given me some relief. And the first one is cardamom. So cardamom is unique in that it actually blocks the receptor pathways in your brain to prevent nausea. So it prevents your brain from communicating and say, hey, get sick. So I thought that was kind of cool, because one of the medications that I actually considered taking while I was pregnant worked the same way. It blocked those receptors that told your brain, like, hey, you don't feel good. So we have an essential oil that does that, which is really cool. So cardamom would be the very best oil you could use for nausea and vomiting in pregnancy. A second option would be peppermint. With peppermint, you can diffuse it. You can just directly inhale it, but that seems to relieve a lot of the symptoms. And then also ginger. So ginger also works similarly to cardamom in that it blocks those receptors. So some blends you could try is you can mix lavender, sandalwood, and ginger with the fractionated coconut oil. You would actually apply those directly to your abdomen and massage that in. For cardamom, they recommend applying that behind the ears and down the back of the neck so that it can communicate with those pathways that are saying you aren't feeling so sick. You can also try adding 3 to 5 drops of the peppermint or ginger to a capsule or a glass of water and ingest them if you're comfortable with that. I think that a lot of us probably had mothers or parents or grandparents that gave us ginger ale and saltines when we were sick. So it's not an old wives' tale. It actually works, and using the ginger essential oil is just a more potent form of that. Another big thing for me was the emotional support. So I know that being pregnant is one of the most amazing times of your life, you know, whether it's a surprise or it's planned. There's a lot of emotions that go along with that. And especially for me, when I was feeling so sick, I was surprised about how sad and kind of depressed I felt. So essential oils can really be a wonderful choice to counteract or balance some of that. So some of the best oils for the emotional support aspect would be our Citrus Bliss blend. So that is kind of like a creamsicle. It's citrus and vanilla. We have our Elevate blend, Balance blend, Wild Orange, which is happiness in a bottle, Ylang Ylang and frankincense. So you can diffuse any or all of those together, just depending on what you like, to help alleviate those feelings of depression. You could also try blending 2 to 3 drops of Balance, Lavender, Melaleuca, On Guard, Aroma Touch, Deep Blue, Wild Orange, and Peppermint. And with that, you would blend that with the FCO, and you can actually have your partner apply that up your spine and give you a little massage to help reduce stress. And if you are up to it, I highly recommend returning the favor, because your pregnancy is hard on your partner as well. Sleep is something that is also hard to come by, which is crazy because you are probably more tired than you've ever been in your whole life. I remember telling somebody I felt like I had stayed up all night and then run a marathon with a hangover. Like, that's how physically drained I felt. So sleep is something that you definitely want to take advantage of while you can. And I joke now, like, I haven't had a full night's sleep in 4 years. Between my pregnancies and then breastfeeding, it's literally been over 4 years since I've had, you know, a straight night's sleep. But you kind of have to make the best of what you can. So some things that you can use to kind of help you get to sleep and maintain that once you're there are our Serenity blend or lavender. You could diffuse that. You can put that on the bottoms of your feet. You could also try equal parts of frankincense, Roman chamomile, and bergamot. Again, you can diffuse that. You can apply that topically. I use a lot of Roman chamomile in the diffuser for myself and the kids. We go through about a bottle a month. And then you could also try Serenity Balance and vetiver or juniper berry in your diffuser. I personally love vetiver for reducing anxiety, and sometimes that's kind of what you need just to nod off, is, you know, ease your mind and clear your mind a bit. Okay. Later in your pregnancy, you might see swelling. So I felt like with my pregnancies, I was very active. You know, but with my job, I'm on my feet a lot, and sometimes at the end of a day at work, I would see some swelling in my feet and ankles. So it's great to be adding lemon essential oil to each glass of water, so 3 to 5 drops in each glass of water to help detoxify and help your liver out and help your kidneys out and detoxify the system. Also, you can create a blend of the Citrus Bliss, Aroma Touch, Cypress, Lavender, Ginger, and Lemon. Mix that up in coconut oil, 3 to 5 drops of each, and massage that into your ankles, feet, and legs to kind of help relieve that edema. Right. So throughout your pregnancy, you will probably experience different aches and pains. First trimester, I know one of my first symptoms with my son was just extreme breast tenderness. So I didn't even know I was pregnant, but I would go over like speed bumps in my neighborhood, and just every bump was, you know, excruciating. And that was kind of something that triggered me to take the pregnancy test. But with the breast tenderness, you can apply oils directly to the breast tissue. Grapefruit, lavender, and ylang ylang will provide some relief. You will probably experience some backaches throughout your pregnancy. So again, blend any or all of the following with FCO. So deep blue, lavender, marjoram, rosemary, wild orange, or aroma touch. They also make the deep blue in a rub, so it's actually already diluted for you. So this is something that is great to have like a partner massage into your neck, shoulders, lower back if you're having those pains. You will probably also have some digestive issues. So when you're pregnant, digestion actually slows down because your body wants to absorb as many nutrients as it can from the foods that you're putting in. It also absorbs a lot of water because you have like twice as much blood going through the circulatory system. So again, digestion just kind of slows down, so you may see constipation, bloating. So some really good oils for that would be the Digestin blend. You could also try lemon or peppermint, and that can be applied directly to the abdomen, diluted or undiluted, or you could add 1 to 3 drops of each to a glass of water and drink that. Heartburn is also another big one. So with that digestion slowing down, things sit there longer. You also, as you get bigger, you'll have the baby placing pressure on some things. So for heartburn, Digestin, ginger, lemon, or wild orange. Again, you can add that to a glass of water and drink it, or do 1 to 2 drops under the tongue. Headaches can be a common symptom in pregnancy. So a lot of times with headaches, that's going to be caused by stress. So the oils that you would choose to help relieve those headaches are those stress relieving oils. So Serenity, lavender, peppermint can be really great, like peppermint applied to the temples. We have a blend called Past Tense that is wonderful for migraines, or the deep blue. So again, you can apply that to the temples, forehead, the back of the neck, but you want to just be careful to avoid the eye area, especially with those more active oils like the peppermint or deep blue, because that will cause some burning in that eye area. You can also diffuse or inhale a drop each of peppermint and lavender. So you'll kind of have to play around and see what works for you. The oils that I personally like the best are the active oils. So the deep blue, the peppermint, I feel like that really relieves the sensation for me. Okay. Stretch marks. So stretch marks are something that we kind of want to prevent, because once you've got stretch marks, it's very hard to, I guess, resolve that issue, although the appearance will improve over time. But one of the blends that they recommend is Immortelle. So the Immortelle has all of the oils already in this blend. They're skin-loving oils. They're oils that are anti-aging. They rejuvenate the skin, and that's pre-blended for you. You can also further dilute that with FCO just to kind of make it easier to apply. You can also create your own blend. So lavender and myrrh are great for the skin. Combine that with the citrus bliss, wild orange, cypress, and geranium with FCO, and you could just do like a nice belly massage with that every day. I would also recommend getting the breast tissue, and I had them, I think my behind grew so fast that, you know, I had the stretch marks there as well. So you could just do a little all over massage with it. Okay, and then we have fatigue. So the fatigue sets in early. You'll probably feel better at the midway point of your pregnancy, and then at the end it kicks in again. So some great oils to combat the fatigue are Citrus Bliss, Elevate, Wild Orange, Lemon, Peppermint, Grapefruit. So those really energizing citrus oils. You can diffuse or inhale those. You can also massage the same blend into your back, shoulders, or the back of your neck to kind of give you that boost, give you that energy to get through. These are also great oils to have on hand after the baby's born, because we all know there's fatigue associated with that as well. So that is a few of the more common pregnancy challenges or concerns that I wanted to address. And now we will move into newborns. Let me stop there too and say, Throughout delivery, there are a lot of ways to incorporate oils into the delivery process, the labor process. There's so much information. I would actually say that's another class. So hopefully that's something that I get the opportunity to teach at some point as well. But here we'll move into the newborns. So with newborns, it's really important that you are diluting properly. So the dosage for a child is about half of what it is for an adult. So for an adult, you're looking at 3 to 4 drops. For a child, you're looking at 1 to 2 drops being the dosage. And for a newborn, you're looking at even less. So you want to dilute things at a 0.5% ratio. So what that means is with 10 milliliters, so this rollerball size or 10 milliliters would also translate to 2 teaspoons, you are only going to use 1 drop of oil. So 1 drop of oil per 2 teaspoons of oil. FCO, carrier oil, I'm sorry. Keep in mind that more is not better. So with this dosage, the baby's going to get everything they need from that. So a really fun way, I think, to use oils is to kind of create this welcome to the world ritual. So when baby Jesus was born, the wise men brought gifts of frankincense, myrrh, and gold. So frankincense and myrrh are both precious, precious oils that we have access to. So frankincense can be used on the crown of the head and down the spine. That's going to provide protection for the baby and bonding. Myrrh is really good for healing skin tissue. So if you are comfortable, you can actually apply 1 drop of that to the umbilical cord area to help seal the tissue and protect that from, germs and bacteria. Another great oil to welcome baby is Balance. So the Balance oil can be applied to the feet to help ground and align the baby. And then finally, Melissa. So Melissa is a beautiful, precious oil. It's actually, I would say, one of the most precious oils that we have through doTERRA. And that can be applied on the feet for DNA repair. So we all we all come into the world, we've been exposed to things, so the emotions that our mom had, whether, pregnancy is happy, but there's also worries, stress, anxiety that goes along with it. So this kind of gives baby just a clean slate if they get started here in this world. Okay. With newborns, there is also the topic of breastfeeding. So I did breastfeed with all of my children, and I guess I just had this assumption or this impression that breastfeeding came naturally and baby just knew what to do, and basically you just put it in their mouth and they ate. And reality is there is a lot that goes along with that. So some people have infections, some people have issues with supply, some people will have cracked, sore nipples. So essential oils offers a lot of solutions to that. So you can use oils like fennel or basil to help increase your milk supply. So those can be applied directly to the breast. You would avoid the nipple area, but you can do that 3 to 4 times a day immediately after feeding. You need to keep in mind that peppermint oil can decrease milk supply, so you may want to limit use of peppermint oil while nursing. I personally did not have that response, but some people may. So if you're trying to protect your milk supply, peppermint would be a good oil to avoid. For dry or cracked nipples, which was something that I had with all of them, myrrh, geranium, and or sandalwood are great to be applied directly to that area after nursing. Again, you can dilute those in FCO, apply that to the area, and then just wipe it away before you nurse again. If you are unlucky enough to experience mastitis, which I will say I have been so fortunate not to have that issue, but it can be very serious, especially if it's not treated. So at the first signs of mastitis, which would be pain, like a hard lump area in the breast, you may see redness, heat, you want to start treating that. So you can do that with 3 to 4 drops of, well, you would take a veggie capsule. So you're going to do 3 to 4 drops each of Melaleuca, thyme, clove, and oregano. You would take that capsule every 1 to 2 hours until your symptoms start to improve. Then 4 times daily for a week. So it's kind of that same course as like an antibiotic. These are antibiotic oils. And they can also be massaged onto the breast. So with that, again, I would avoid the nipple area and do it immediately after feeding if you can. That way, you know, the strong aromas don't bother baby. Some other common concerns with newborns would be cradle cap. So a great solution for that is to dilute 1 drop of Melaleuca, or which is derived from tea tree oil, antifungal, antibacterial, anti-yeast. You dilute 1 drop of that in 10 milliliters of the FCO. Massage that into the scalp. Always want to be careful because babies have that soft spot on their head. Lavender is great to use on baby's feet to help regulate the day and night sleep cycle. And for gas or colic, one thing that really worked well for my daughter was we would do 10 milliliters of FCO, 1 drop of wild orange, 1 drop of lavender. I would apply that to her belly, massage it in a clockwise motion because that is the natural I guess, path of digestion. And then we would do some bicycling with her legs, and that always helped provide some relief. Okay, so now we are going to move into the older kiddos. So our, well, I guess infants, and then we'll move into toddlers and preschoolers. So with infants, you're going to keep that dilution ratio the same. So 10 milliliters, 1 drop of essential oil. It's a great ritual to keep with baby after you've come home. Keep applying that balance to the feet daily to keep them grounded. For dry, sensitive skin, you can mix up your own natural hand and body lotion. I prefer not to use a lot of the ready-made lotions that you can buy off the shelf for your baby. I didn't feel comfortable with a lot of the ingredients, so you can kind of whip up something of your own, so a natural hand or body lotion, and you can actually mix in some lavender or serenity to help calm and soothe. I think it smells a lot better too. For bad diaper rashes, sandalwood and myrrh, so the same thing that you would use for those stretch marks, those skin loving oils. You can mix that in FCO. Also good is the Immortelle, again, lavender, helichrysum, and Melaleuca. When baby's teething, that's no fun for anyone. So outside of doing things like the iced teethers, you could also try applying diluted Roman chamomile to the jawline. You may also even add like a drop of clove to FCO and apply that directly to the gums. Clove was used early on as an analgesic for dental procedures. So again, not an old wives' tale, it really works. For earaches or discomfort, you can rub a drop of basil and Melaleuca around the baby's ear as often as you need to. So you can do this frequently. You want to do this frequently to avoid the discomfort that comes along with that earache. For tummy aches, a lot of times babies can't tell us when their tummy hurts, but I feel like the majority of time that I can't figure out why they're crying, that seems to be what the issue is. So digestin or diluted fennel can be applied directly to the belly, and you would again massage that in a clockwise motion. For fever, instead of using or immediately reaching for like an over-the-counter fever reducer, you can try applying 1 drop of peppermint to baby's feet. Patchouli is also a fever reducer, so you can apply that every 15 to 30 minutes as needed and see if that works. Thrush is a common infection. It's a fungal infection of the mouth. A lot of times it happens in breastfeeding babies, and if baby has thrush, you want to treat mom too because they're probably sharing that that infection. So a way to treat that would be the Melaleuca. So you can dilute that and apply that directly to baby's mouth and mom's nipple. If you bring baby home with jaundice, you can help support their liver by using rosemary, geranium, or lemon. Those will be diluted and applied to the feet. And a really good time to do that is with each diaper change, just to stay regular. Keep yourself on a regimen with that. And then my favorite thing for just general like immune support and keeping everything clean and feeling like I'm fighting germs is the On Guard. So On Guard comes in many forms. You know, for adults, there's a toothpaste, there's a mouthwash. It comes in oil form, there's a cleaning concentrate, dish soap. One of my favorites is the hand soap, and actually they make a little sanitizing mist. I like to keep that in the diaper bag to be able to sanitize on the go. But all On Guard everything would be my recommendation with a baby in the house. And it smells wonderful. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move into toddlers and preschoolers. So this age is kind of fun because your dilution ratio goes up, and this is the age when they can kind of start helping you with their oil application. So at this point, you're doing a 1% dilution ratio. So this would mean per 10 milliliters, there are 2 drops of essential oil in there. One thing that I really love is doTERRA actually has several oils and several blends that are already made in the rollerball form. And I love these because they are already perfectly diluted. So when they come, you can use these directly out of the container. And I think that rollerballs are easy for little ones to use. doTERRA recently came out with a kit that is oils just for kids. So there are 6 oils, that are included in this kit. And with these, they're packaged, you can see, fun for the kids. They have the little rubber grips up top, so I think it's easy for little hands to unscrew them. It will let you know on the container what oils are included and what it's for. So we have like the Brave blend is for courage. We used that recently when my 3-year-old had her first dentist appointment. We put that on the back of her neck and her wrists so that she could enjoy the aroma when we went. Every night we use the Calmer blend, which is the restful blend. We have Stronger, which is for protection, and Rescuer, which is the soothing blend. Okay, let's see here. Steady is our grounding blend. And then finally we have Thinker, which is the focus blend. So as soon as my 18-month-old sees me pulling these out, she gets really, really excited, and she takes off her shoes, she takes off her socks, and she probably smells like a rainbow right now because when I was coming up here to do this, she saw me get these out, and I think she applied a little bit of all 6. Okay. They also come with these cool little cards, so it kind of tells you when and why to use the oils. So that's kind of fun too. doTERRA also sells kits where they have the all of your essential oils, and they're already pre-diluted. So lavender, peppermint, On Guard, Breathe, Melaleuca, Digestzin, oregano, and Deep Blue. So again, those are already diluted, ready to use straight out of the bottle. And they have a kit of the roller balls for the emotional oils. So Console, Forgive, Cheer, Motivate, Peace, Passion. And I love those because I think it's easy for the kids to be able to go grab those and choose what they want to apply. They can help you with it. And the thing that I think is really cool about kids is kids don't understand the chemistry behind essential oils or why they're doing it, but they know that it works. And that's kind of what's really got me sold on the essential oils, is that I know that my kids love them because my kids know that they work. So I think it's fun too to kind of make your own blends. So I have some roller blend ideas for the big kids. You can do like a Sweet Dreams roller ball, so that would be 1 to 2 drops each of lavender and cedarwood. A Germ Buster blend would be On Guard and frankincense or lemon. No More Sniffles would be 1 to 2 drops each of lavender and lemon, so that's great for allergies as well. Bye Bye Boo Boo, you can do 1 to 2 drops each of lavender, Roman chamomile, and helichrysum. For this, I apply this to scrapes and they heal like within just a couple days. No More Grouchies, or like a temper tantrum oil would be 1 to 2 drops each of Wild Orange and Balance. For No More Coughs, you can do 1 to 2 drops each of Breathe and Lavender. Okay. We can also do Big Kid Diffuser blends as well. So kids seem to like, mine are mostly seem to like those fruity, fun smells. So there's a Smarty Pants blend you can do with rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus. That would be 2 drops of each. A Play-Day blend, 2 drops each of bergamot, wild orange, and spearmint. At night, it's great to use them to get kiddos to calm down, head to sleep. So we have our Starlight, Starbright, 3 drops of lavender, 2 drops each of cedarwood and serenity. Another benefit of the cedarwood is that it helps when potty training, so it helps prevent bedwetting. So that's something that we use with the 3-year-old quite a bit. There's a Sleepyhead blend, 2 drops of lavender, 1 drop of Roman chamomile, and 1 drop of vetiver, and that puts me to sleep thinking about it. Those are 3 of my faves. Bubbly Clean is 2 drops each of melaleuca, spearmint, and lime. Or you could do an oatmeal cookie blend, 3 drops of wild orange, 2 drops each of cassia and cedarwood. If you go to the doTERRA website, there are a ton of different like crafts and activities. So you can actually make Play-Doh, you could make bath bombs, you could make hand soap. So these are blends that you could use and kind of have time, have some fun making stuff, putting stuff together with the kids. Okay. So really, that's what I have for today. I am happy to answer any questions. You are welcome to put those in the comments thread, or you can find me on Facebook, Brianne Shoup Cerny, and you're welcome to hit me up with a private message on there. But again, I just really thank you for taking the time to check out my video. This is something that I'm truly passionate about. This is something that I know that works. This is something I want to share with you. And if you are interested in getting started with this, again, feel free to drop a comment. I am happy to connect with you, walk you through any questions you might have. And in the description, you will also see a link where you can go to my doTERRA site and shop around, you know, purchase it, see what you like. So that would be mydoterra.com/bcerny, C-E-R-N-I. The way that doTERRA works is we are a membership-based company, so you can either purchase them individually at the retail price, or you can sign up for a wholesale membership. And with the wholesale membership, you actually will save 25% off of the retail price every time you order for a year. Or you have that final choice where you can actually purchase an enrollment kit, and that $35 enrollment fee gets waived. So that is wiped off the slate, and you are just paying for your oils. When you buy a kit, you're also getting a bigger discount on the oils for that initial purchase. And right now, for the month of December, there is a special. If you purchase 200 or more PV, you actually get a free frankincense. So that's kind of something you might want to take advantage of. Frankincense is one of those oils you'll use a lot of. You'll also receive a holiday gift. So if you've been thinking about getting started, December is the time to do it, and I am here to help you along the way. Again, thank you very much, and happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to you and yours. Have a great evening, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.